Welcome back to Middlefield Custom Sawmill. Today we're going to be putting up lights with a friend of mine, Gary. Gary's an old friend from work, and the lights we're putting up conduit up on top and some plugs and all the stuff like that. So stand by, we'll be getting into it. Yeah, so where do you want to put these?
So take this one, put it here, that way you have enough reach.
The same thing over there.
Yep, and then we'll come off this box and put the other one down towards the end.
Okay.
And then
perfect.
Conduit out of here, across, hit that junction box that we're going to mount up there, come across, put this same outlet right there, and then we'll put the other one down.
We'll go down there with the switch.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Right there.
Right here?
Yeah. Hey, do you want it out further this way so you can make a bend? How big a radius do you need?
We don't need it for this one.
Oh.
It's going to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, the radius on the 1/2 inch conduit's 5 inch. £6.5 feet. I have a standard for my box offsets. I have my cheat sheet here, so I put a mark at 1.5 and 3.75. You make this little nifty thing for your degrees while the degrees are on this side. So that way it makes it a lot easier doing bends.
Oh, so you don't overbend.
Yep. I mean, you wouldn't anyways because the line's on here. You can just look at that, but it's a lot easier.
And then you just bend back the other way.
Yep.
Here, show me that end.
Yep. So there's your box offset.
Got it.
It'll slide into the box here and then meet up against the thing, and that's it. Quick and easy. Yeah, they make the ends on these bigger right here, so if you need to, you can put it
on a piece of pipe
and adjust it if you went too far.
Like this workbench?
Perfect. It's nice and flat.
And solid, yeah, with a big crack in it.
Yeah.
So that's like a tubing cutter.
Yeah. Yeah, because the wall thickness on this stuff isn't very thick, but it's specifically EMT conduit, and they make it actually in Wheatland, which used to be right down the road from where I live.
Huh.
So this is that reamer.
Okay, so you ream the end of it.
Yeah, it makes it smooth, because when you're pulling wire through it,
you don't rip the
Yep. Always do that. Put my tape measure down and then forget about it.
This is his cheat sheet here.
Yeah, and then conduit fill for 1/2 inch. You can put 12 14 gauge wires in and 9 12 gauge wires in, and then 3/4 inch you can put in 22 14 gauge and 16 12 gauge wire. That's why you don't need, for what we're doing.
So he's doing this. He's doing 1.5 inches for the first mark and 3 3/4 for the second, for the two bends that go on the end. And then you just got to make sure you bend them in the right direction when it's the second one.
Yeah. Tell me how I know that.
Yeah, it's the same way I know it.
So line these marks up with this mark here.
You make your first bend.
And there's an arrow on this side too. you can line up with.
Got it.
A little mark there. Came out good.
Yep.
I'm happy with that. Now comes the fun part.
Yeah, how do you get that between those two? Because it's longer than the gap.
Yep. So I'm just gonna unscrew this box.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you gotta mount the box. That way you know.
It's dark. So you're going to put that end in over there. And then over here, take the box off and slip it on the end and then screw it back in.
Oh man, that's gonna be like, I don't know if that could got any better. What kind of wood is this? Pine? This pine?
Yeah.
Thought so, I smelled it.
Yep, it's not dried.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
all wet lumber that I built this with because it gets tighter then as it dries.
Yeah. You get
Like I had to put, if you look at these.
right here.
Yeah, right here you can see I had to put wedges in behind because we cut these a
Oh
little wide.
yeah.
So I used some cherry.
Hey, that works.
Yeah, but the first four were really tight and we couldn't get the beams down. So then we cut them a little bigger like that and the beams slid right down as soon as we set them up there. Trying to run the wire from the electrical box to the outside. There you go, straight over.
Tell all the layman's what you're doing so that they could be offended and blow you up on the internet and you'd be hated for the whole world.
You need to come out of there and
What are you going to? You going to the next joist over and going into the box then?
so there'll be that 90 there on the end of there, and it'll be pointed up, and it will 90 off of there, run straight over into that other box. That's a T. One will go to that outlet box, and the other one will go to that outlet box, and that'll tie in all the conduit, and then we can start pulling wire.
What are you doing on the inside? You going into that one joist that doesn't have any insulation on it and going in the box there?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
that conduit, I'm gonna run into this box, tie it in, and then bring the other wire in, the Romex wire, tie all that into this box, and then see what happens. I tighten that pressure fitting down will be good.
Oh, we
Now
can
I just
actually
need
see it on film now.
Yeah. Now I just need to go outside and mark it, and we can cut the conduit.
Here. You want me to go guide it in the hole?
Nope, I'm not good.
You got it in there from out here?
Yeah.
That's impressive. This is going to look really cool.
That's why when I was watching your video that you were going to be putting lights out here, I'm like, oh, I'm coming up. And we're putting conduit in, and
I was just going to run wire, you know?
that would have looked terrible.
But it would have worked.
I know, but this looks way better.
It does. It really does. So what do the wires that you're going to run out here, the single, are they solid strand or multi-strand?
They're all single. They're all singles.
Single conductor.
Yeah, it's THHN.
Okay.
That's the wire that you need to use to run through conduit.
Got it.
Because it's like slippery on the outside, and it's really easy to
Slides
pull
through.
if you got to pull a lot. So there'll be one black wire going from there up through here, around through here, and going in there and tying into the black on that Romex in there. Then there'll also be a ground wire that's going to run that same path. Then there will be
So when you turn the switch off, it's going to cut power from inside.
no.
Oh, okay.
So the switch has to have a hot lead to it from the panel. So when you flip the switch,
That's
completes
where
the circuit. So there'll be another black wire coming out of there, hitting all four of them boxes.
Okay.
Then there'll be a white wire in neutral that will run from all four of them boxes back to the neutral in here, that's going to complete the circuit.
I got you.
And then obviously there'll be a ground too, but this box here only needs 2 blacks and a green. This light switches don't have neutrals because they're just...
And the green is just to ground the box.
It'll ground, yeah, it'll ground everything, a conduit and all that. But conduit is actually permitted to be used as a grounding conductor. So technically, you don't have to run a ground, but since I like to do things more than what code states.
Did you put clay on that?
It's putty.
Putty? And that keeps the water out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's in the electrical aisle at Home Depot.
I've never seen that.
It's called duct seal.
Duct seal, okay.
Yeah, where your meter comes into the house, there's probably this on top of it. Keep the water out of it. Yeah, I just ran, I just bent up some 3/4, which was a pain for our oven. I replaced the aluminum wire that they used for it and ran conduit and ran new copper 6-gauge.
Come out and have one there too.
Alright, we're done in here for now. Go back outside.
Well, now we're back out here. This is where it comes out. So we got this piece in. That was a tricky bend right there. We're working our way down. So a coupling and then a T, because that's going to go down here to that beam there, and it's going to come out to this, and it's also going to go straight down 2 more beams to that box down there. You know what, the ceiling is so high up, I don't think you can see. That's the T up there. Here's the last clamp going on.
Next to last.
Next to last.
Some crazy person used maple.
And over here, we got a bend, and it goes out to that box. Yeah, he's bitching about my maple 2x4 there. It's hard to screw into because it's strong.
Better than buying wood from the hardware or from big box store.
We got 3 wires we're feeding up.
Ground, neutral, and hot. There?
Yep, they're there.
So basically, we're just taping these wires to the wire puller.
I'm going to feed them through and bring all 3 of, well, all 3 of them to the last box here,
Yeah.
and then 2 from there to the switch.
So if you want, you can start feeding that back through.
Yeah, you get it go up in there, and I'll pull from there. Oh, did we have a little bird's nest there?
Yeah, not too bad. So right now we ran the hot wire for the switch from inside out to this plug right here. This wire is going to go feed all of our outlets. So when the switch is turned on, it'll provide power to the outlets. You know you have one of the massive lag screws sitting up here?
Kind of used to the massive lag bolt. We could just screw this in right here for you. Okay, Gary, say hi to Tim.
Hi, Tim.
So we're out here now. It's dark out. We're getting dark. getting the plugs wired in. Once we've got 2 more plugs to go after the one he's doing now. And then we can actually hook up the inside and then test it. Gary's been up and down that ladder about 50 times today.
Might have been a little bit longer, maybe more than that. All right, I'm gonna shut it off.
Go for it.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Woohoo! That's bright too, man. Damn.
Yeah, that's really bright.
I like it. You know what? I'm going to walk around the outside here.
It's finally done. It's finally done.
That looks good. So there's where the saw goes, right there. Yeah, that is really bright.
Yeah, I mean that's bright enough to where you could probably.
I could work with it just the way it is, but I'm going to put them other lights up anyway.
Yeah. And there's a gasket in here. So.
All right, so the big test. We did it one way. No light, light. I like it. So it starts there, and it goes down this way to that T right there, which comes across to the super bright light. And then there's another plug up there. And then down here, you follow it down, and there's the light switch. And we got the same thing going down that way and then across where that light is. And there's another plug right up there at the end. So I can do bar lights at the end, at each end. So, thanks for watching. Hope you had fun.
Oh yeah.
Lights at last.
Yeah.